This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, the best, most powerful, most capable Galaxy to date. I know that there are some reviews already circulating out there, but because the software is not final, we've been having issues with the camera hanging every now and then, we decided to hold off our review and tell you about our experience so far. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and I've just spent a week with the Galaxy Note 9. We already had an epic unboxing by none other than Joshua Vergara and Brandon Miniman, so yes, this phone ships complete with accessories galore. I highly recommend you watch that video. So far, the honeymoon phase has been rather interesting. I have zero complaints when it comes to the quality of the hardware and the design. I seriously do love Galaxies for that. And I also praise Samsung for finally giving us the ocean blue variant for the review and not the black variants of the past that made it a nightmare to film. Though, then again, this is not a phone that's exempt of fingerprints. Samsung was nice enough to bundle this flip case with it, but I do find the bulk to be just too much. This phone definitely crosses the line of the size that I'm willing to put up with when it comes to a phone, though I'm not really complaining about things like the placement of the fingerprint scanner. That change was great. The problem is, I don't understand why Samsung decided to raise the height of things like the power button, for example, for no reason whatsoever. And just as a disclaimer, this review is really based on the 6GB variant with 128 gigs of storage. Setting it up for the first time, we're greeted by the usual Samsung animation that's now powered by Bixby voice, in case that's your thing. We get prompted for the usual Wi-Fi or data, Google account. If you want to restore this from an old phone, which I said no because Samsung's Smart Switch works flawlessly. And then you go into details like setting up biometrics, which I find the fingerprint scanner to be the most reliable. Then you're prompted to set up the Google Assistant. Yes, the Google Assistant goes first on this phone. And then you're prompted to install Galaxy applications, set up your Samsung account, which I do recommend, and that leads to your home screen. And then there's Samsung's Smart Switch. I have my trusty, beloved Galaxy S9 Plus here. I connect both phones with the USB-C and the OTG adapter included in the box, set my Galaxy Note 9 as the new phone, and then select what you want to restore. If you like your home screen on the old phone, go right ahead, that option is also included. The process to restore took around 10 minutes. I notice we're now gridded with icons grayed out to install, just like in the Pixel 2. Just give the app some time to install and voila, your Galaxy Note 9 is now restored. Now, fair warning, which is a benefit for some and an annoyance for others, is that the amount of tutorials in this phone going forward is insane, and it makes sense. There is, I think, no other device in the market with the amount of features that this phone has. So, just bear in mind, the setup process is not over. Powering the show, we have Android 8.1 Oreo with Samsung's Experience UX 9.5. And, well, as I said in my hands-on, I can't really tell any improvements. This continues to be one of my favorite user interfaces when it comes to the aesthetics and the added functionality, and I'm glad to see this review unit came with zero carrier bloat. The phone breezes through the UI just fine, even if some animations seem to still need optimization, though it could just be again because the software needs more work. The animated wallpapers and always on-screen animations are now gone, and I presume this has to do with preserving battery life, but I still do consider this to be the coolest always-on display in the market. I do promise you, I gave the Samsung keyboard a try one more time. It seems that the multilingual support has not improved at all, so I definitely activated SwiftKey and had it set up as quick as I could. Now, one thing that I do notice has improved is intelligence scan. I've noticed the phone unlocks dramatically quicker today, though I wish there was an option for it to just unlock and show me the content of notifications as the iPhone X does, and then swipe to enter the rest of the user interface. The OnePlus 6 sort of does this, though it's not perfect. You either activate notifications to be visible or not. One thing that did also improve is Bixby. We're now at version 2.2. It shows a leaner user interface when you call on Bixby voice. It no longer has the speech bubble at the bottom, and instead takes over half of your display. I will tell you, I do love Bixby for its quick commands, which let you tailor strings of actions by just saying one thing, but I do not like that it's still only limited to like 3 languages, 3 voices, and it still sounds like a robot for the most part. Now, one feature that I do love about this phone are things like dual messenger, which are little things. I have more than one WhatsApp account, so for me it's extremely useful. And I love that you can limit the contacts that you can reach out through each messenger. I also love that Secure Folder is still here to help in adding even more accounts if you prefer. I use it mainly to avoid having to sync the Pocketnow account with other sync services on the phone, so it's really handy for the most part. And then finally, there is the S Pen, which is probably one of the coolest updates that I have seen to the Galaxy Note in years. Bluetooth functionality now means that you can control the phone with a button. The app actions are self-programmable, meaning you can use it to launch the camera or start a voice recording or you name it. And then within applications, you can tailor the additional commands that can follow. I will have to admit that because of these Bluetooth changes, I've been using the S Pen more than ever before, and I've been using Galaxy Note since version 2. I did get asked if you can use a different S Pen on this device, and it seems that there is an option. There is this reset feature which will allow you to put in the S Pen, and I assume that you can put in another S Pen if you want, though we'll have to prove this in our review. And for those that have asked if other S Pens work with this device, they actually do. The only thing is you need to remove the S Pen first for these to be detected. Once you put the S Pen back into the device, these will not work at all. Photography on the Galaxy Note 9 has proven to be great so far. The new variable aperture means significant improvements in low light when compared to its predecessor. Photos have been crisp and detailed. Detection of moving subjects in low light seems to have improved when compared to the Galaxy S9 Plus as well. But we'll have to test this phone further to give you our full opinion. All these photos have been taken with scene detection enabled, by the way. It's not the most accurate in telling what it sees, but I can't really say that it's affected the photo quality in any way. There are even changes to the camera's user interface when it comes to super slow-mo, which I do praise. I find it to be a lot less confusing than the Galaxy S9 Plus. Overall, I have to say that my first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 are very positive. This is probably not just the best Galaxy Note that I've tested, but honestly one of the best phones that I've tested this year. And that really means a lot given the fact that it's not cheap, but I feel that the added value of all the features that you get here probably make up for most of that. I've been around different parts of New York City, and so far I have to say that probably one of the most important features of a Note, which is battery life, is definitely solid. With the exception of one day, I will say that I've ended pretty much every other day with at least 40% of battery, which is great. Better yet, the other day we went to test data speeds between the Galaxy Note 9 and other devices for another video that's coming very soon, and I will have to tell you, I am impressed. This device really smoked everything else out there. It was extremely impressive. And this is really what I was looking for when it came to the Samsung Galaxy Note. A device that could do it all and that would last all day. Let us know in the comments what comparisons you'd like to see going forward and what else you would like for us to test during our full review. While you're at it, make sure you follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel as well for more videos like this one. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.